What's going on, everyone? Everywhere, welcome back to another video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video out, and do everything you do for everyone else. Do it for your boy as well. Listen, man, look here, man. We are gonna do it like this, alright? Precision. I'll be honest. I had to make a lot of testing, a lot of changes. We're gonna try to stay true to like precision fashion. But let's just get into it. You'll see what I'm talking about here. We're gonna mainly go precision. Um, but it is definitely more of a hybrid. That's how precision always kind of been. In the first place, it's more like hybrid play style. Um, but this is mainly going to be focused on precision. If you're a Prec, this is what you should be wearing. All right. Now, let's go on mods, artifacts, mods, trinkets, artifacts, stats, our augments, as well as our allies and our spec for skill points as well. Okay. Now, starters off, I have blast adapter in here. You honestly want ultimate blast adapter just because it's going to take 13% of our precision. Use that in a radius. Ooh, nope. Um, but I really don't want to burn so many of these because it is 20-second cooldown. This 20-second cooldown as well. Blast adapter is sufficient enough. That's what I've been doing for all the testing. Um, so yeah, I don't want to burn this for non-vendor ones, so when they're not maxed. And I'm not really mainly Prec like that either. Nonetheless, yeah, keep on going. Of course, always use Ultimate Supercharge for the head mod. 15% Supercharge back to you whenever you use Supercharge, any Supercharge whatsoever at all. It's too good. You can't pass it up. Neck, Relentless Precision, Relentless Prec, Extra Precision. It's pretty good. You could go the extra might, but we're precision, so let's do precision stuff. Back, I got accelerated powers here. This is because I'm doing healing stuff as well. This can actually help you out with your shield cooldown. Let's say the way I got it, if you can clip it into your pet. Nonetheless, it's just good for support roles. Chest, penetrating strikes is always good. It's always the best. Legs, we got that ultimate critical prowess mod, extra crit chance on our weapon and abilities, so that's pretty good right there. Feet, we got ultimate tumbling master. Now you could definitely go ahead and get, here it is, deadly block, because it does take 5% of your precision if you just want to go ahead and min max that out. But I like just quality of life of tumbling master. And once again, I'm not trying to change it just for that right now. But if you are truly trying to just squeeze out every last bit of damage, I would definitely put in deadly block there for those comps. Hands max damage always just gonna be better than that ultimate mod. Ultimate mod's decent, but the trade-off is just not that good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now for Finny mods, although I do have all these active, everyone knows, at least you should by now, type C and D are kind of crap for damage, for a DPS role, so you should mainly be using them for support roles. Since we are electric single target or electric boss spec right now for precision, we're just gonna leave it as is with that, okay? Now I will say type C mod for that priority here, we will actually get some use out of it, but that's why that type D we're not really using it at all. Healing is cool, but we're a DPS. You can argue that it will feed into our Razor's power battery, but yeah, it's not needed because we can kind of factor that in already as is. Type A and B are might at the moment. I do not feel like changing them out. You can definitely put them as Prec, but might, since we are using abilities to do damage as well, so might based attacks, you can just leave them as might, call it a day if you are going back and forth like I am. Now, our trinket setup, of course, Mother Box Tier 3, your highest buff trinket. Mine is the 438, purple gear, the rare drop one. Ideally, you want to get the vendor one for sure. That if you are like damage comping like early in like content, that is something that can definitely change your damage. It's probably like the second thing you want to get. First thing first, you always want to get a weapon. Second is probably that buff trinket. But nonetheless, I've been doing kind of well without it, so I'm just going to get at the end to call it a day. Gotham City Emergency Signal. It is actually very, very good for a pet. Once again, I will say this pet because it does actually factor in with other pet attacks. It's very good. And then, of course, Owen Tactical, we get extra 10% damage. So that's just nice to have. Granted, it's only 10 seconds and 30 some cooldown. Nonetheless, hey, it is what it is. Now, of course, we're gonna go ahead and put at the fourth slot so we can just quickly hit our, our X or our right click or left click, I should say, just to equip it. Okay, if we want to put our supply drop or orbital in there. Now, artifact wise, we have our transformation card. Of course, is always going to be a mainstay, I think, at all times. People I know, because like Hezi and some others talking about Candle, they feel this is better than the transformation card. I don't personally agree based on my testing, but they feel free to have that opinion. But because we are going to be precision based right now, this only affects your might ability, so like your actual ability damage. Okay, so we're not really going to have much use of it here. But yeah, then we're gonna do Venom Rinse Dispenser. This is about like 100k esque increase, 150, 100k, just depending on what you're doing. Razor's power battery is just good. Purify Pages Black is just a mainstay. This is really like probably the best artifact in the game, if I'm being quite honest. Just the amount of buffs that it gives you for damage is absurd. You get you get 30% precision, 45% might, plus don't even get started on the incoming healing, extra 45% on there. Some more 30% resto, 30% defense. So you're gonna still buff yourself up for taking all this trade off of the health damage and the self damage that you're getting, plus the self damage is reduced with Razor, so it's even more incentivized, like just good. And then Sinestro's credit power rating is about like, what is it? If it crits all the time, it's like 310 KS damage over time, so it's pretty good. Nonetheless, some alternatives you could use. I know a lot of people, and I even got a comment about this. They're like, "Hey Trey, what about where is it? Dead King Scepter. Where's that? Here it is. Dead King Scepter. Dead King Scepter is decent. I will say, it's decent for just the actual proc chance of it to hit. No. I've done it. I've done a minute straight and only got like 4. Yeah, no. Really got 3, but there was one time I squeezed out 4 just because the timing kept going, rolling over. Yeah, no. 3 a minute and 60 seconds is like literally every 20, so that's like in Razor's territory, and it does like 170, so like 310,000 per hit, or no, it's 360,000 per hit. Yeah, Razor's does millions, so like there's not a question about it. Razor has essentially consumed Dead King Scepter. It's a better version of Dead King Scepter, plus you get the extra 10% damage increase, get a little bit of extra healing out there. It's just good because this is essentially like around a 20-second cooldown esque, or it happens every generally 20 seconds. It should be. For the orbital, like once you use your orbital strike and 30 seconds after, it hits like 12 times. Well, it hits like 11 times in that 30 seconds. So it's pretty good there, but then it's still a weaker version of like Sinestro's Corrupted Power Ring down here. So, I mean, it's literally like, it's either a weak version of that or a weak version of that. Regardless, even if you get them all stacked up, it still doesn't even do as much damage as this does. So regardless of the fact, and this technically does more damage than that, just letting you know. Regardless, it's not contending with these artifacts. These are your Golden Trinity or Golden Quintuple, your Mount Rushmore, or whatever you want to call it, for precision-based DPS. Now you could do the Reforged Totem here. It's good in like hybrid settings if you're really like doing it, but I feel like because we're so precision focused with our Prec DPS, don't use this. Let me just put it like that. Don't use it. It's not going to be worth it. The damage trade off that you're doing, you'll end up doing a little bit less damage. It's still comparable. Like if you trade off like Venom Wrist, still comparable. Um, but Venom Wrist gives you 100. This gives you like 85. So it's like trade offs. Nonetheless, let's continue stats. That's what I'm looking like. Okay, we got about 1.5 mil health, 940,000 power. Might, we're at 678,000 on the might side. Precision, we're about 400,000 there. Keep in mind, all my base generator mods are all might still, because they're the ones that you actually purchase off the vendor and craft. So I'm not changing those out right now. CR, we're at 515, as you see. There's a weapon DPS, about 104,000. But yeah. For actual augments, of course, we're still using our might ones at the top. You see, I need to go ahead and level this up, but I need a little bit more catalyst pieces, so don't at me. We got both the rings, so you can get that a little bit. It's more might than anything. And then all of our precision augments here for our metagene or origin augments, or what you want to call them. They're not quite all leveled up to max, but I mean close, as you kind of see. Now, for our ally setup, I will say, generally speaking, we're going to be kind of, because of how this all culminates, we're going to be popping a lot of superchargers. That's the kind of the goal. Supercharge our damage up and kind of keep going. Because of that, we're going to be rocking John Constantine for the stat buff aspect of it. It does a little bit of damage too. That's cool, but we really want the stats extra. Precision and might is really good, plus defenses, because we're taking self damage. It's good to keep us alive. Flash, we're only using him mainly. The walking off ability is super OP. It's the best ally in the game, if I haven't made that abundantly clear already. Okay, extra 15% plus 15 for my head mod. That's 30%. We're already like more than halfway there. We use a 5k supercharge. Then, because we are using supercharges, this does actually affect our ability and weapon crit chance for those 10 seconds. And because Circuit Breaker has a 15-second cooldown, we're popping Circuit Breaker, which is a 5k at 6% extra crit chance every 15 seconds, like a 5-second off period. It's just good. If you don't like to use static for some reason or another, you can always do that last look at the draw if you already have him leveled up, and you can still definitely use where's Satana? I wouldn't use Starfire because you're getting less Prec, but Satana's out of the hat is also decent because you get 5% Prec, or you get just 5% crit chance. So that's good too. Yeah, nonetheless, that is those there for our actual spec of things. Because precision is a weapon mastery playstyle, we're going to be using dual wield. Dual wield is the best single target weapon in the game, all the way down to our flurry shot. How do we get flurry shot? Actually, it requires bow mastery, dual mastery, and flurry shot itself. You spec everything out here until you get the dual wield mastery, all the different combos as you see. Then you come over to bow, spec all these out as well, hit this bow mastery, and because we already are purchasing flurry shot, we can come back over to dual wield, and now we can purchase the flurry shot mastery combo. For super speed, get your go fast. If you have over 500 skill points, get all your resistances into your breakout mastery. Okay, knockback recovery and all that as well. Now I went ahead and tried for some variation. So tornado pool could be a variant, so keep that in mind. And phase dodge could be a variation as well. Other than that, you won't need anything else. For iconics, I am using Robot Sidekick. You don't have to use it, but I am. You could do Neon Venom if you don't want one of the other ones. You can kind of just keep popping Circuit Breaker and Neon Venom back to back if you want to just be that guy, but I don't. So, and Circuit Breaker is just better, so cool. Nonetheless, super strength, it does help, as it does say, your weaponization skill and rating. This technically does affect your DPS. I did testing like a long time ago. It was such a minimal increase. It was like literally like 1,000, but what is that in today's numbers, it doesn't really matter. Nonetheless, if you're just min-maxing, cool, get super strength. Okay, so that'll help out your prep damage. Spore Pod and Magma Vortex if you have them, and Slasso if you have them, and X-Bite Steel if you have it. Okay. Our actual stat point distribution, pretty much we're going to go straight down the left-hand column in that order for importance as well. So weapons expert for the focus gives us more weapon total damage, critical chance, critical damage, max out precision, dump everything that's mighty power. I like to drop an extra 20 into health because that's like a little soft cap, if you will, or soft point, just to get a little more. It's good for when you're like have a troll, a buff troll and whatnot. Survivability, yes, but also a buff troll that gives you a little bit more precision. Now, in terms of actual loadout, this is what we're working with here, okay? So, this is how we're going to be contributing some stuff back into it. Actually, we do got Bioelectric Surge. Now, while we use Bioelectric Surge, this goes back into what I was talking earlier with the Razor's power battery. We don't necessarily need to always rely on our Type D mod, but we're also utilizing our Type C mod to go ahead and make sure this Razor power battery is always on its 20-second cooldown instead of a 40-second cooldown if you are not doing any kind of healing and only doing the damage. Okay, so in terms of our loadout again, pretty much we're gonna be having this. So start on trade 2, we have Spore Pod into Wired. That's how the rotation goes as well. They'll do Mag Vortex into Circuit Breaker, Electrogenesis into Life Shield. As you see, everything is clipping it. So you do these two, that's one clip, then do a Web Mastery combo, then do Mag Vortex and Circuit Breaker, Web Mastery combo, Electrogenesis into Life Shield, Web Mastery combo. Then we come on top, do Nemesis Lasso, and because we're already tapping our range to cancel out the animation of whilst continuing to keep the damage, we're gonna just do the tap and then hold to do a Webmaster combo. We do Exhibit Lifesteal at that point, but I generally like to hold off on that till the second go round, just because more than likely other people are also putting power actions on the target, like the boss, for example, and then you can go ahead and get those to get the spike, the explosion, and the surge all at once, okay? But then typically, if the Robot Psychic is not already up, I do Robot Psychic into Bioelectric Surge, Webmaster combo, then I do Tesla Ball into Bioelectric Surge, then Pacifying Strike, Webmaster combo, Pacifying Strike, Webmaster combo. You roughly do about twice, and then the Nemesis Lasso is back up. Once Nemesis Lasso is back up, because it's 5-second cooldown, generally speaking, it should be enough time has passed, being that you have hit this twice, so 5 plus 5 is 10. Then you see, most of these are 12-second cooldowns, so it's been enough time now. So then you do Spore Pod Wired, etc. Just keep clipping them across, okay? Do 2 skills at a time. And then for anything at the top, you're pretty much using Bioelectric Surge. Because it's a priority heal, it can clip almost anything outside of Exabyte Steel here, but it can clip on every other animation, okay? So that's why we have Robot Sidekick. One annoying thing about Robot Sidekick is to get it back on when it just dies in Elite content. More Elite Plus, because you can get away with Elite today. Elite's pretty easy these days, so yeah. But Bioelectric Surge, it's fine. Now, what does that look like? What's numbers you could expect? As you see in the bottom left-hand corner, you're going to get about 1.6 mil, okay? 1.6 to 1.8, generally speaking, once you have everything kind of up and running, and everything's pretty nicer. After that, you're really like, the spikes that you're going to get is about 2.1 at the highest. I saw 2.3, but I just want to say 2.1. I'm just going to say 2.1 because that's more consistently where I can get it to like peak at, or what is the word I'm looking for? Nonetheless, that's spike. That's what I'm looking for. Spike at is 2.1. 2.3 is just the highest I've hit with this loadout in particular for a single target on the smart target. No buffs, no nothing. Okay. Nonetheless, this is how it looks like Once again, this is our Weapon Master combo that we're going to be using. We're going to tap range, hold range. Let me go ahead and run out. I just want to show you the animation of it. In case those who are not familiar, and we can reset the parts at the bottom. But let's go ahead and start off. Clip those two. Clip that. Normally I will clip in circuit breaker, but I don't want to press supercharge right now. I messed up. Do that. Do that. Do that. See, 1.8. Shield wasn't ready at that point. Oh my gosh, I keep butchering the thing. For those who don't know, just because I kind of already proved my point there with the numbers, when you're clipping it, because you're also clipping the animation of you doing this right here, you see at the very bottom, you see how it says Flurry Shot Mastery, and it goes through a little progression bar. Once it gets in that mastery look, like the word mastery, the bar progresses to that, you can use your ability and still keep the remaining shots. Okay, you're kind of just clipping that last tail end bit of the animation. So just so y'all know, you just need to kind of get it 2/3 of the way completed, and then you can clip out of the actual weapon combo. So while retaining the remaining damage of the weapon combos, very similar how you're doing Nemesis Lasso with tap. Okay, so you're keeping it, and bam, you still get the damage. Okay. Nonetheless, that is our boss loadout, if you will, our single target loadout for precision. It's actually pretty good based on the numbers you kind of saw we were working with. I was doing some other little testing before, so keep those in mind. But yeah, we did have a 1.86, so that's pretty good. It's pretty decent. Send that back out. Nonetheless, that's kind of what we're working with. 2.1 is what you can get it spiking at if stuff just hits well. You know, your lasso is critting well. The Razor's power battery crits well, etc. And you can get the Sinestro's corrupted power ring to also just crit every time. That's when you get the 2.1 kind of stuff. Okay. Now, as well as the exabyte actually, giving you the extra damage. Now, with that being said, if you do not have these iconics, I know people are gonna cry, complain, and do all kinds of things in between. If you don't have the iconics, oh, well, I don't have exabyte still. What do I use? Well, you can always go back to a reliable luminous beam. Luminous beam is very good. It has a very high base damage of it already, and then because we're Prec, we're not really concerned about the might side. It's good. If you don't have luminous beam, that's cool. You have tornado pull. If you're acrobat, you have the just the taser pull itself. So you have this as well. Boom. Put that in there. Slot that in there. You're still getting decent damage. Keep in mind, luminous beam does more damage than actual exabyte steel. Exabyte steel just does a decent, a little bit extra stuff because of the really exabyte surge. When you can get that up going higher, as well as maybe spike or explosion, then it's really good. But if you don't have nothing just on a base level, yeah, luminous beam is just better than exabyte steel. Just let you know. Okay, and then hey, oh Trey, I don't have Spore Pod. I didn't play there in that time. Cool, electrocute. That's cute. Electrocute. Done. Look at that. It's almost like there's a plan in place for this. Oh, but Trey, I don't have Magma Vortex. What can I use instead of Magma Vortex? You know what you can do? Electrostatic Bomb. The actual dot damage of the Electrostatic Bomb and Magma Vortex is actually the same. Magma Vortex has a decent initial, what's it called? Initial hit that's actually powerful. But also, it does two different PIs, so burn and crushes. And for exabyte steel, when you see for the ones, does what? Crush, so that's surge. And burn is, where's that? Explosion. So you're automatically getting those two. at least, and then working on the rest or what your team got, you might get spike, or you may get another thing of a surge if someone's electrified, for example. But yeah, and it's like, oh, but Trey, I don't have the Blue Lantern ring either. Okay, cool. You don't have the Blue Lantern ring? No problem, man. No problem, man. Tesla Blast. It's still single target. It still hits hard. Actually, it's very comparable in strength to Pacify Strike. Pacify Strike just more reliably hits harder. And Daze, you can rely on other people for the PI of it, so it's good on that front. Especially with all the new abilities stuff Daze is actually all the time. Power and Pulse, for example. Oh, but Trey, I don't have Nemesis Lasso, and I didn't enter your giveaway for some reason. Oh, but that also means if you didn't have the White Lantern one, you don't have that. Okay, cool. Man, Flux, shield. It's just a shield. Just this one just has a better modifier and it heals you at the end when it breaks. Flux pushes people away, so that's okay, I guess. But Trey, I don't have Nemesis Lasso, so I didn't enter the giveaway. Well, one, you can definitely do Neo Venom in there. Cool. Let's say you're not feeling that. You're not feeling it. Maybe you don't want to use Neo Venom Speed Drain. Oh, man. You know what? I got you. I got you. You don't want to use a supercharge here. You want everything for your circuit breaker that you're always popping off left, right, center, right? Right. Cool. You know what? Just put a little Arc Lightning call today. I'm gonna be honest with you. Arc Lightning is super, super good. If you're not using it, I don't know why you're not using it. To be 100% honest with you. Okay. Now I would even go so far as, if you really don't feel like using those, you can definitely do a gag glove thing. But you gotta kind of be close for gag glove. That's the only like real thing about it. You could do heat vision, just get the burn PI if you don't have magma to go ahead and increase your exobyte steal. And with heat vision, you can still keep the burn PI of it because you can literally just you'll literally, here I do it over here so I don't get in combat. Literally hit heat vision, just jump. If you jump, it cancels out the animation, similar to how you do with like Nemesis Lasso itself, and you're golden at that point. So hey, cool. But yeah, this is the alternative loadout. If you do not have any iconics, if you are slacking in some area for, let's say, the lantern rings, the iconics, whatever the case may be, if you want purely, oh, this is electric only, cool, with the movement ability, cool. Well, in one iconic of Robot Psychic, but your precision, no one cares. Everybody's Robot Psychic and precision. But yeah, this is it right here, okay? Now, what can you expect? Damage-wise? Damage loss. I'm gonna be honest with you. There is damage loss. If we're not using iconics, damage loss. Automatic. I'm gonna be honest. You can hit like 1.1 mil with this. But that's if stuff crits. Really gonna be like more like high 800, 900 Ks per 10-second parser. It's really 1.1. It's really your like goal to hit is. I've hit as high as 1.3. I did test it out, but yeah, it's alright at best. Oh, Blue Mar over here. Let me go over here just to show y'all it. It's the same exact rotation. Okay, so bam, 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 bam. That one I wouldn't hit Uncle Lightning too many times unless you're actually hitting unless you actually have multiple enemies. See, 9. Oop, it went the other way. Nonetheless, yeah, about 900k. Where you're really gonna get to. The first parts that I don't really always count because it is what it is. You're setting stuff up. But 900k is really what you're gonna be looking at. And that behind the ball, 800, 900k. Then you hit 1.1 when you want to be nice. Spiking 1.3. So I've hit the highest on, but you're not really get too much of spiking territory per se. But yeah, that's about it. That's what I got for y'all. This is precision. It's a lot better than my last video. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Well, yeah, it's alright. It's more like hybrid, but you're really trying to focus on precision, so you're kind of limiting yourself. Nonetheless, this to load out. This is what we got. We'll load outs because I give you iconic and I give you a non-iconic variation or pure electric variation, if you will. All right. Without further ado, y'all be safe. Y'all take care. Y'all be easy. Peace and shalom, everyone, everywhere. Let me know in the comment section down below for the next power loadouts or any other builds that you want me to cover or go over. Okay. Peace and shalom.